Hi guys, welcome to my travel update video. What's in my one bag travel for digital nomads? In 2025, I'm about to do an extended trip, starting in Dubai, then Chiang Mai for Nomad Summit, Digital Nomad Festival. Actually in Dubai, I'm going to head to Oman as well. Then from Chiang Mai, going to head to Korea, that's a new country, Philippines, that's a new country, and maybe head back to Vietnam where I used to live. But what we're doing today is looking at how I just take one bag for travel as a digital nomad. So let's get into it. And this one here, that is not a toothbrush I use for my teeth, that's for cleaning shoes. Trainers get dirty, especially if you're hiking. So that's what I use that for. This is a bit of a miracle thing. You may notice some of these in my previous video, which is about 3 years old, but I've made some upgrades. If you spill some soup on your white t-shirt, that's great at getting out. This is a aftershave eau de toilette atomizer from Muji. Much smaller than bringing a big one. I mean, what you'll notice here is mostly these things are smaller versions of what you need for everyday life. I'll take this one out. This is for the gadget list later on. Nail clipper from Muji, very small, very high quality. A titanium comb, seems excessive, it was only 10 quid. And you know, plastic combs tend to get gross after a while. This one should last for a long time. This is very cool. It's a Muji wash bag. If you're taking small things, like this is a Curaprox travel toothbrush, slightly smaller than their regular ones. So very soft toothbrush, recommended by a dentist. Can't recommend enough. 75ml toothpaste, 100ml Muji travel bottle with just some shower gel and shampoo in there, so I can use it for both things, so I don't have to take both. Again, a relatively small bottle. You can normally refill these. Don't tell anyone in hotels or Airbnbs, or just buy a bigger bottle and refill it, and then just use this for travel. Some hair product there. These are xylitol mints. Xylitol is great because I won't open it, but basically, I'm not an expert on this, but the bacteria in your mouth that cause tooth decay like to eat sugar. Xylitol's like sugar, but they can't digest it, so they try and digest it. It kills the bacteria in your mouth. Very good for your teeth, good for fresh breath. This is my passport holder. It's actually a neck one. I put it around my waist. I just find it way more comfortable. Put it on the left-hand side. RFID blocker for the passport. A little bit of emergency cash in there as well. I'm going to be staying in hotels, Airbnbs, and occasionally hostels. I'm in a hostel for the Nomad Fest in Chiang Mai because it's going to be super busy. Basically got a private room there, but that'll be for the locker, which is helpful. Nice thin Factor 50 sun cream there. This is from DM, German pharmacy. This is a 10-litre day pack. Extremely useful if you just want to carry a small bag around for a day. Don't want to take your main pack. I'm just taking one main pack. Obviously, the title of the video may give that away. If I sound a bit subdued, it's because it's nearly midnight and I'm flying at 6 a.m. So, I have to leave for the flight at 6 a.m. Flying from Prague to Dubai. But this is super useful for a day, but it packs down into that one bag. Here we have hair products, a day version of those mints. This is not DEET, it's a mosquito spray which works just as well as DEET, but it's called Saltadin, or Picaridin is another name. Like DEET, very popular in Europe, very hard to find anywhere else in the world for some reason. I was once in India and I sprayed some DEET onto myself. I didn't know I was under a fan, and it blew on my laptop, melted the plastic. So DEET is famously not a great substance, so it does work against mosquitoes. This is scientifically proven to be just as good. It's not one of these woo-woo health ones. It actually works. Haven't ever heard about being able to get it in the US. Surely you can get it in the US. I've never seen it in Southeast Asia either, so I'm taking a big supply. Sunglasses in a hard case that I bought, which perfectly fits them. Just some moisturizer there. Now these are amazing earplugs, Loop. You can buy them on Amazon, and they come with different tip sizes. I find the foam ones useless. These are more like AirPods, in-ear headphones. They just work so well, and you can even get different types of them now, which have allow you to put different amounts of sound through. Absolutely incredible. Highly recommended, and come with this great little case as well. eye mask, which again, if you're sleeping in a room which isn't pitch black, it allows you to sleep. But then when you have to wake up in the morning, very easy to take it off and wake up. The classic Havaianas flip-flops with the bag I use for them. These are just great flip-flops made by Brazil. Brazil knows how to make flip-flops. You can find them anywhere in the world. Last really well. One tip I've got, which I announced on my previous video, was always take a brand new pair at the start of a trip. That way, because they'll inevitably break within a certain number of months use. That way you don't have to find a shop that's selling the flip-flops you want. So if you take a new pair, you'll at least give yourself a long runway. And something I forgot, which is super cool and new, is not the earplugs, is this. Now, there's multiple cool elements to this. This is a beard trimmer. Look how small that is. The thing that put me off this originally was it takes one AA battery. And I'm like, well, I don't want to have to buy batteries. I don't want to have to take a battery charger. This is a life-changing, genius innovation. You may be able to see there's a USB, there's a USB port on this on the top. This is a lithium-ion USB rechargeable AA battery. So what you can do is, when this runs out of power, take the battery out, plug it into any USB charger, and it charges it up. So I've now started buying USB-C rechargeable items for this reason. I don't think I'm going to take this mouse on this trip with me. Ergonomic mouse, very cool. This also takes a AA battery, but it's half the price of the lithium-ion USB-C rechargeable mouse where you plug the charger into the mouse. With this one, you put a AA battery in, but that can be inconvenient if you don't have a battery charger with you. But if you take one of these AA lithium-ion rechargeable batteries, perfect solution. So I highly recommend that. That's a big change. That's much smaller than my previous one. And now we're onto the gadget section. This is the case of my GPD-1 Max laptop. I'll get to that in another video. This is a Roosh V3 stand. The reason I've got that, not a neck stand, and this is something you put your laptop on so it raises the level to eye level. It's much more ergonomic. The reason I've got this, not a neck stand, this costs about $100. Neck stand is about $20, $30, is because my very small 10-inch laptop only fits on that, doesn't fit on the neck stand. 3-meter USB-C cable, very handy if you're working in various places as a digital nomad and you aren't right next to the plug. Super handy, that one. I don't think I mentioned this before. This is my minimalist. It's literally called the Minimalist Travel Wallet. Super good. I mean, how many cards do you need now? It fits. I've got like 3 cards in there. It's fine. This is a super high-end 240 watt. Is it 480 gig USB 4 Thunderbolt 4 cable? It's not Thunderbolt 4. It's USB 4. This is a Flextra monitor stand. You put a magnetic disc on there, similar to the Roosh. Brings the monitor up to eye level. Speaking of monitor, this is the only 4K 13-inch monitor, travel monitor I could find. I had a 15-inch version of this, which was 4K. I had a 13-inch version of this, which was 1080p. You can see the pixels. This is super high definition, so it's going to be great for dual monitoring. This is a Muji travel fan with a built-in battery. Yeah, there we go. So I'm going to Dubai, Southeast Asia, Philippines. That's going to get some use. So this is my general gadgets. This is a 100 watt, very small GAN anchor charger with foldable pins. Very small, very powerful, with 3 USB ports on it. So that's very handy for charging up multiple things. This is a 65 watt USB PD battery. Just trying to remember which brand this is. Oh, OmniCharge, that's it. I have actually now got a higher spec battery, which is this one. This is 12,000 milliamp hours. This is 20,000. This is the Rolls Royce of power banks. This one. This is twice the weight of this though. I think this is half a kilo. I think this is 250 grams. I may have got that wrong. But I took this one to Algeria recently. I just don't really need that much power. Even if I'm shooting video during the day, using my laptop. Normally, if you're using your laptop, you're going to be near a plug. Now I'm thinking I will need to take that. Yeah, so I'll take one of these two. This is a small Logitech mouse. Here we have other cables, mostly USB-C. This is the Insta360 camera setup, and this one has the Insta360 Go 3S. The great thing about that is this is the action cam, and then you can take it off the body, which is very hard to do with one hand. You have to take my word for it, but this small camera comes out, and then you can attach that to your body just to get B-roll. Super, well, I haven't actually used it yet, but that should be super good for just wearing, rather than holding your phone, which might get stolen. Just clip that on very discreetly. AirPods Pro, in my previous video I had wired in-ear monitors with a DAC, which did sound a lot better, but now I think the AirPods Pro Max 2 with Apple Music, Dolby Atmos and lossless audio, these sound incredible. I mean, it is still lossless Bluetooth in theory, but the audio quality is incredible on those. So these are the only earphones I'm taking with me. I'm going to be in Dubai, Oman, Thailand, Philippines, Korea, maybe Vietnam. A lot of those countries do accept the European 2-pin, but those that don't, this is like the US one, and accept anything on this end. And this is a really nice little hack. If you have to use a US plug, just plug that in and plug the European one into here. Very lightweight, simple alternative. So if I need to use both my power adapters, I can use those. I think that's for Philippines. I forget which country I got that from, but I am going to need that on this trip. This one we've already done. And yeah, I think that's everything. These are just attachments for the camera, so you can wear it. This is a magnetic pendant, so put that under your shirt, clip it onto your shirt. Really clever little camera, that. And this, oh yeah, I think Dubai can use the UK plugs a bit. So this is a UK plug, and then you plug the European plug into there. So between these three, I should be pretty well covered. You can get those gigantic anything to anything international travel adapters. I've bought those before, but they're so big, and you can only obviously plug one thing in at a time with them generally. I may still use one of those because I'm going to a few different places, but I think this is actually better. This lets me plug 3 things in, and if you're just out for the day and you know which plug you need, you can just take one of them. So it's definitely less bulky. Thermometer there, just heat and humidity. I just find that interesting to know. This is a cool little bag just to keep small odds and ends neat in. So that's the gadgets. And something else I didn't mention is this, a Corn split ergonomic programmable keyboard. This is extremely comfortable to type on, but unlike other keyboards, packs down very small. The great thing about this is you can fully program it. I've got it set up as QWERTY now, but it's also ortholinear, so the keys go up and down, so your fingers don't have to move as much. And for example, on the first layer, I've got it just set up normally. Second layer, this is a number pad. This is arrows. Third layer, this is all emojis. You can fully customize it. Way more advanced than a normal keyboard, way healthier, way more comfortable to type, and way more portable. So this is a real game changer. There's a little bit of a learning curve, but if you set it up as QWERTY and you can touch type, which means type without looking at the keys, it's very easy to adjust to that. Then when you, like this is space, these are second layer, third layer, fourth layer, fifth layer, but set it up however you want. Once you get used to it, if you can touch type, which means typing without looking at the keys, you'll be up. You can use this immediately, even though the keys are slightly differently positioned. It's very easy to get into, and then just add keys when you need them. Yeah, this is a huge game changer. I'm surprised more people haven't got into these. Also great for traveling, and if you're using a raised monitor with the stand, and the monitor stand and the laptop stand, you need an external keyboard. So yeah, this is a really good one. Highly recommended. Hi guys, so Haven't really done this very neatly. I don't fold clothes. I think that's a waste of time. If you do, great. I'm not going to fold clothes. But yeah, I'll just quickly go through this. Basically what I've got is an Arsenal t-shirt. This is Uniqlo Airism. It's ultra breathable, ultra lightweight, very packable t-shirt. Very thin. So because I'm mostly going to hot countries, this one's going to be great. Zara t-shirt. There's another Airism t-shirt in here, I think. This one. I would say the brands, just in case you're interested in buying stuff. All Saints short sleeve shirt. These shorts are absolutely amazing. Yeah, these are Mission Workshop shorts. Like triple stretch material. Super stretchy. But they have a hidden pocket here for money or whatever you want to put in there. They also have an extra long pocket here, which you get in jeans, but I use that for AirPods. Super handy. These shorts are just from H&M or somewhere. ASOS. Actually quite nice shorts with a white t-shirt. This is a super handy travel belt. So it's a belt with a hidden compartment. In there I might put headache tablets. Maybe a little bit of spare cash. It can always be handy just to have some currency on you. Either pounds, euros, dollars. Usually cash that's can be converted in any country. These are my compression sacks. So with these I will put usually clothes. And then you can zip them up to make them smaller. So that's one of the keys of fitting a lot in one travel bag. These are Uniqlo, again, stretch jeans. The great thing about stretch jeans is if it's hot, you can roll them up and turn them into shorts. These, I think, are from IKEA. They're laundry bags, but I use them, put underwear in this one to separate it out in there. And this one I put dirty clothes in. The reason mesh is so good is because if you've ever put clothes in, say, a plastic bag, or even just in one of these, and when I get to my destination, I open the compression sacks, it lets the clothes breathe. So if all your dirty laundry is in a bag, in your locker or in your hotel room or whatever, wherever you're staying, or when you're moving around, if it's sealed, it tends to get very musty and can smell a lot. Same with underwear. So mesh bags are great for this kind of thing. And of course they're light, very lightweight. 5 pairs of underwear. This is a merino hoodie. This is technical, actually, very breathable in hot environments. A merino hoodie, so very thin, very lightweight, moisture wicking. What I often find on trips to hot countries is it's going to be hot most of the time. But occasionally you'll say go to Sapa in Vietnam, or you'll go up a mountain, or you'll go somewhere cold, or you'll be in the desert or something like that. And it's really useful to have at least one item of warm clothing. This will keep you very warm. It's a Patagonia torrent shell rain jacket, breathable, very lightweight, very packable. But if it rains during the monsoon, say, this will keep you dry really well. This is over 5 years old. It looks brand new. It's lasted really well. And these are the best running shorts I've ever found. Finden and Hales. They have a back pocket which you can put a key in when you're running, and they have 2 zipped front pockets which are amazing because you could put a phone in there. I have an Apple Watch, but I always run with my phone. It's just too much hassle with an Apple Watch. Everything I want to listen to is on my phone. So I had this pocket made smaller, but you could just, because the phone can bounce around a bit, even a large phone can bounce around. So I had the pocket made slightly smaller, doesn't bounce around. You could also just throw a sock in there or something if you don't adjust the pockets. I've got multiple pairs of these. Yeah, so two zipped front pockets, zip back pocket. Also great for security when you're traveling. Great for putting your phone in and zipping up. Much harder for people to steal it. So yeah, this is basically, I'm going on a multi-month trip. Anything above, say, a week, you're probably going to have to do laundry every week. So the amount of clothes you take for 1 week is the same as like a year, really, unless you have to consider more cold weather maybe. But yeah, this is going to last me for a few months probably. So all together, this will fit in one bag. And this is the bag I'm taking on this trip. I just cleaned it. That obviously worked really well. It's just been on the dusty floor, so pointless. But yeah, this is a Mission Workshop bag. Really good messenger bags. I like a messenger bag because you can get into it without taking it off. So much better than a backpack. Still needs a bit of further cleaning, apparently. So 2 front pockets there. You can either roll the top down and attach these, or attach these to here. Quite a big inside compartment, and it has this compartment at the front here, which you can put a laptop in, and other bits and pieces. I'll try and get the portable monitor in there. But yeah, the best thing about their bags is, and I've got a couple of them, this really comfortable messenger bag strap. There is a diagonal connector as well, which I don't think is really necessary. If it's very heavy, you might want to use that. This is 27 litres rummy, I think. I've also got, just did a trip to Algeria with the 21 litre. That was very full, but I made it just about with that. I took a 10-inch tablet as an extra screen on that one. This time I'm taking a 13-inch external monitor, which is slightly larger, and possibly a few other bits like the extra camera. So just to give me a bit more room this time, I'm going to take this slightly bigger bag, but this is still carry-on. Carry this onto pretty much any airline in the world. Fits in a Ryanair carry-on thing. Will go under the seat in front. So yeah, this is a completely legit one bag travel. This is something else I take. It's a sweatband, and that can, if you travel with an Apple Watch to anywhere that might be slightly sketchy, with a lot of street crime or where people's phones get snatched, I put a wristband over it. This also has a pocket compartment here which you can keep money in for an emergency. So this would also work for any expensive watch. If you just put a wristband over it like this, sweatband, even if someone does realise you're wearing a watch, it's going to be a lot of work for them to steal it. So it doesn't flash it around. People probably won't notice that you're wearing a watch. And even if they do, they'll just choose another target if they're going to steal something. So that's something else I'm taking on this trip.